corner won't want him to do.
Well, they had what they call the zone, fight in the center of the ring, not allowing Chávez to corner him.
To start faster this time.
And exactly smooth.
Chávez scored with a left hook. A right in close.
What Taylor has to offer. And then what he'll do, he'll pull on the attack.
Right hand lead by Chávez. Taylor flurries in with something that is just constitutionally difficult for him to do.
And he can come on in the second fight, in the second half of the fight.
Round one was a very busy one for Meldrick Taylor. He threw all.
Jim, that's the kind of fight that's going to be good for Taylor. To frustrate Chávez, make him look for him. Be cute.
We've seen Chávez get off to this kind of start against much less talented fighters than Meldrick Taylor, though. He started slowly against Sammy Fuentes here in November. There he goes, hitting Chávez to the hip. The expectation of Taylor's camp.
Right hand of Taylor constantly drops. I think what's happening here is the fact that
this is during training. So it could be that an old cut has been reopened here. Well, for the first 5 minutes and 50 seconds, we watched a poised and confident Meldrick Taylor controlling the bout with his speed. But then in the last 10 seconds of round two, Julio César Chávez began to penetrate his defenses.
What you see here is actually...
That was a slip, not a knockdown. He was unmoved by it. One of Chávez's extraordinary capacities is his ability to take a punch. And he has already taken some solid blows here.
Ray, in that combination, he did what you were talking about before. He threw 3 or 4
exchanges. This is another very good round for Meldrick Taylor. They're fighting in the zone in the middle of the ring. Chávez lands a solid right hand. But
you see the frustration on Chávez's face. He can't get set. Now, whether or not Meldrick can keep up this tempo is yet to be seen.
Meldrick trading Chávez. Chávez still boring in, coming straight forward against Taylor's flurries.
A fighter ego, 2 punches.
So if you expected the typical Julio César Chávez slow start, maybe you've gotten that. Or maybe he simply hasn't been able to get started against the overwhelming activity of Meldrick. Good right hand lead by Taylor. Still trading 4 blows to 1 for Chávez. Chávez tries the left inside. Taylor comes right back.
He won this fight in fine fashion. Now get out.
Solid left hand by Taylor, and he moves back out. Another successful exchange. The promotion for the bout, Ray, called it thunder meets lightning. And there was a good straight left by Chávez that snapped Taylor's head back. In that characterization, Chávez would be thunder and Taylor lightning.
But he still punches so well in there.
He's been knocking people out, but not down.
It's all.
To clarify what I said, Roger Mayweather and Sammy Fuentes ended their bouts on the stools in their corners, not flat on their backs on the canvas. Chávez simply wore them down.
Watch your head.
Well, Ray Leonard, would you say a near-perfect performance so far from Meldrick Taylor?
It's a very good performance by Meldrick Taylor. He's been doing what he needs to do. Bob looking for Meldrick Taylor's head. That's not an easy target.
Don't hold him, shit.
At least partially, is that it's hard to play offense when you're playing defense every second.
Well, the hand speed of Meldrick Taylor is so blinding. Again, Jim, this kind of fight, this inside fight, it wears a fighter down. And again, Taylor, I must stress, Taylor would do better.
For Ray, that he's getting a little tired to stay outside and that he's trying to get rest in there.
And within the last 30 seconds, Chávez has landed 3 solid left hooks inside. Taylor comes back with a bristling uppercut. And another flurry for Meldrick Taylor.
Their minds, but it seems to me they were
Changing to the body effectively. They trade punches inside, and Meldrick seemed to wobble for... Left for left. Meldrick misses with a right and a left. He's used to getting against fighters when he can back them up against the ropes.
He's never faced...
Julio Cesar dropped his hands for a second.
This is a...
Exchanges, and that was supposed to be Chávez's forte.
Don't hold him, don't hold him.
Chávez off balance, reaching in. Uncharacteristic.
They are all
Chávez
Nevada judges.
usually starts to take over.
That's right. It is from this point on that he has done his most damage in the past. He's down in the 30s, so he has not been as effective as he expects to be. Solid.
The life in the legs of Meldrick Taylor. Still a lot of bounce.
And that gets back to the fact, Ray, that Chávez has not done damage to the body like he
He
usually
hurt
does.
Chávez just then. Chávez buckled. Chávez appears to be totally discombobulated here. He's not throwing combinations. He's not throwing body shots. He's looking for that one shot to the head.
I think at this moment he may knock him out, right?
Because Taylor is the boxer, and yet he's out punching and outscoring Chávez.
Well, his plan coming in was simply to win one. Just to clarify, the rest of my prediction was that Chávez would turn it around in the second half of the fight and score a TKO in about the 11th. Like I say, I don't know if I have much confidence in that right now. Taylor still blistering Chávez inside.
Punching it out.
Solid left hook inside by Taylor. Chávez continues to try to come back with the left of the body. But he is not hurting Taylor. They know how desperate the situation is. Taylor lands a right-hand lead to start the round off.
Taylor went straight for Chávez.
Chávez an unnecessary chance to get back into this. Look at the speed of Meldrick Taylor's flurry. Into the ropes, and he's being out-punched 2 or 3 to 1.
And still out punch to the body as well.
Stand up.
If you've just joined us, you're in the middle of the 9th round of a classic performance by a young fighter on the threshold of greatness. Meldrick Taylor, coming into this bout, an underdog against the unbeaten Julio Cesar Chávez, has completely dominated Chávez with hand speed and vicious infighting. Taylor may well have won every round.
You know what I see now, Jim, the fact that
Punching it out.
He's done it with commitment, hand speed, superior strategy.
I've seen more body shots thrown by Taylor than I have by Chávez.
And the left hook to the body is supposed to be Chávez's great weapon.
was a
Taylor
triple left
landing at his mouth and nose, but nothing is slowing him down. Chávez with a savage left hook to the body by Taylor. And another.
And what you see here again, Taylor's going through the body with 2 hands.
He's been...
I don't think either man.
He's carried out George Benton's game plan to perfection.
Whoa, beautiful
Trading
combination.
punches inside, and Chávez again seems to wobble slightly as Taylor lands at will. Brilliant stuff from Meldrick Taylor. Chávez on the verge of going down.
This man is in shape because the tempo of the fight and the combination he's been throwing.
And Chávez, the great body puncher, is reduced to headhunting.
Taylor has to watch out. I'm seeing him being hit by these left hooks. He needs to watch out for those shots.
Taylor beginning to look more the worse for wear than the action of the bout would have led you to believe, though. Blood again from the mouth and the nostrils. Both eyes beginning to close.
Head.
Taylor again rocking back with 2 left hooks against the attack to the body. Chávez Chávez finally seizing the initiative for the first time. And in round 10, Taylor threw more punch.
What's going to be interesting in these next 2 rounds is to see how Taylor handles this, because this is the toughest fight.
It's impossible to conceive that Chávez is in any way disillusioned about the necessity of a knockout. He's got to.
Keep him up.
The best punch of Taylor is the left hook. Look at it, 3-4 left hooks at a time.
The left hook, as Larry told you, a Philadelphia staple. Remember Joe Frazier?
Watch your head.
It has been 78 years since a fighter began his professional boxing 6-0 record, which was such a landmark in the history of the sport. The best in the last 78 years is in serious jeopardy. As round 11 comes toward a close, Julio Cesar Chávez must begin to contemplate the reality that he's got 3 minutes in which to produce an unlikely knockout, or he will see his streak end before thousands of his countrymen.
The impressive thing, he's still saying
Meldrick Taylor, I think he's won his way to a unanimous decision.
If you're
but he's a warrior. Look at him, he's trying to stay there and trying to apparently push Chávez out. Play it safe and box.
.2 minutes to go.
Keep him up.
Maybe 2 minutes left in Julio Cesar Chávez's historic unbeaten streak.
You would expect the aggression to be with Chávez. It's more so with Taylor. He's feeling like he's behind on points.
Well, they're both tired.
Watch your head.
But you're right, Ray. It doesn't appear at this moment that Chávez has the stuff to get it done. More pawing than punching now, at a time when he needs the best. Another solid left hook from Meldrick Taylor.
If he gets up, he probably wins the fight. I can't believe it.
Unbelievable! Richard Steele stopped the fight with fewer than 5 seconds to go. You're going to watch Lou Duva go crazy now. You're going to watch Lou Duva go absolutely